Welcome to Showa Town, a quaint little town filled with rustic sights and delicious delicacies, with a variety of experiences from feeding the local cats to helping the town's detective. They have an abundance of attractions that are sure to suit any visitor. At least, that's what Showa Town's Board of Tourism wants you to think when you start the quest, Welcome to Showa Town. However, something much more sinister is going on. Children are crying. The wind is somehow affecting some of the residents, but not others. You have this guy looking like the origin story of a horse walks into the bar jokes, and my god, there's even a man having extraordinary trouble controlling his facial features while he's leaning in to hand you his mixtape only to try to charge you $20 as you leave. Ugh, sorry, thought I was in New York for a second. Look, the point is, this shit's off. And above all else, one ominous figure is looming over the residents of this town. Cutting through it all is the whimpering sound coming from the town center. In enters our main character, Fraidy Cat, who looks to be in bad shape and asks for some pet food. You know, being the top 1% of pet food owners with thousands on hand, I almost turned to walk away because what did this cat do to deserve any of my hard-earned food? But being the generous pet food billionaire that I am, I offer up 0.015% of my pet food net worth, thinking to myself, this will be a nice tax write-off. Fraidy Cat can't thank us enough for our generosity and compassion, telling us he will one day return the favor if we are in a tight spot. The cat then directs us over to Sakura, who seems to have been crying for days. What the fuck? People are letting this girl cry for days straight without helping? But I guess we're the perfect ones for the task. After jumping over to Sakura, she tells us her dad works in the city and is not home very often. But when he does come back, he always brings gifts, and her favorite being an orange marble. However, this marble was stolen by a stupid cat. Obviously, as a well-renowned adventurer, this task jumps to the top of my priorities. There's only one stupid cat I can think of, and in the top 10 greatest anime betrayals of all time, it must be Fraidy Cat. However, there appears to be another cat in town. In enters Boss Kitty. This fat tabby isn't ready for what's coming his way. I don't just show up, I roll up on his ass just for him to meow at me incessantly. At a loss for what to do, I remember Fraidy Cat had conveniently offered to return the favor in my time of need. So we turn up our charm and go schmooze Fraidy Cat to teach us some of the local cat dialect. And in all of 2 seconds, we've mastered cat speak. Yeah, it's okay. You can call me the Pussy Whisperer. We come back with a vengeance to Boss Kitty, who now has way too much to say. But the short of it is, he's not a boss, he's Colonel, and his actual name is Sanders, because he wants us to fetch him 300 fried chickens in order to earn the right to answer his questionnaire in exchange for the orange marble that he stole. But get this, his fat ass will force us to get another 300 if we get any questions wrong. In enters the baddies of this story, Colonel Sanders mafiosos, if you will, disguised as the Yakuza. Wanting to try to earn their trust and maybe skip the step where we beat their asses, I hit them with a "love that chicken from Popeyes" in the game chat, but this is where I knew I fucked up. Clearly, being Colonel Sanders' goons, they were from KFC. My statement only enraged them further, so I beat their asses for some fried chicken instead. And holy shit, the drop rate for these chickens is incredibly low. This turned out to be a nearly 30-minute endeavor, and if that wasn't enough, midway through the stomp, Nexon hits me with an in-game server maintenance message saying it was going to go down in 15 minutes. Now, the stakes are higher than ever. I'm racing against the clocks before the server implodes on itself. We have a full day of downtime and are provided with a half-assed compensation package. But thank God, we finished with 2 minutes to spare. Coming back from a long break, I want to show you just what kind of operation these Yakuza are running. One would think these hard-hitting thugs would be holding on to some, illegal weaponry, illicit substances, and some bad shit. What I got instead was bats and a hula hoop. Turns out they were just local kids shaping up for Little League. Don't worry though, these bad boys had some nuts on them. Nearly 2,100 roasted chestnuts to be precise. And to go nicely with that KFC, I got a side of about 2,600 sweet potatoes. I'm sure with all these food samples, I can reverse engineer that Krabby Patty formula and outcompete them in no time. Coming off of that tangent, we go back to Colonel Sanders to take his quiz. Normally, I would want to do this quest legitimately, but the trauma of having to collect the fried chicken for 30 minutes kept replaying in my mind, so I consulted the trusty Wikipedia to ace this Scrubs questionnaire. And oh boy, am I glad I did. There is absolutely zero chance I would have gotten through this on the first try. I probably would have had to redo this quiz 3 times, once for each question, and have to go through that grind of fried chickens over and over and over again. Just to save you guys some time, I'll walk you through the questions real quick. The first one, what's the name of the vegetable store owner? It's Umi. Second one, which of these NPCs does not stand in front of the movie theater at Showa Town? I hate these questions. Why would you do the odd one out? It's Shinta. And then the third one, what is the name of the NPC that transfers travelers from Showa Town to Mushroom Shrine? And that would be Perry. True to his word, Colonel Sanders coughs up the orange marble, and we return to Sakura, who doesn't believe our story about all the talking cats, but is glad for the help. Now that we're done this quest, I realize that I only have 3 types of food for our Fraidy Cat friend, so I do the logical thing and go to the grocery store to buy a few tasty morsels. Turns out the starving cat is actually quite selective and will only eat a bunch of KFC side dishes. But the menu is a bit more expensive than I thought. We create the nastiest concoction of egg, fish cake, sweet potato, chestnuts, and pet food in this cat's stomach to be awarded with a friend to the cat achievement. But the fun doesn't end there. Turns out this cat belongs in Dante's third layer of hell because it's showing off some traits of gluttony. It needs another 5 types of food as icing on the cake. On top of the foods we already got, I went in search of 5 more tasty morsels that would satiate this menace. So I found an apple and meat from the Hennessy's General Store, a green apple from the vendor in Showa Street Market, and hunted a few more local Yakuza for peaches and corn sticks. After turning these in, we unlock the Mother of Cats achievement. This is essentially just an extra side story in Game of Thrones. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to gently paw that like button or maybe devour it like Fraidy Cat would, and subscribe to see more videos like this one.